To say that Tubbakarib was an angry man would be a gross understatement. It was no surprise that the Tanukhids were enjoying bountiful amounts of food from raiding the neighboring villages. One such animal that was brought to them was some prime cuts of beef, which Tubbakarib was enjoying in his tent outside Constantinopolis. He exclaimed, "This is a great cow," while eating. Unfortunately, it had been misheard by his foolish generals as, "Let's invade now." And so, unprepared, Tubbakarib's army stood outside the gates of Constantinopolis. The great city had huge walls that were almost impregnable, but he only had one onager with which he could destroy the walls. He had no siege towers and no siege equipment, no ladders, nothing. However, the Romans who were garrisoning the town, the city, the massive city, were few. A couple of comitatensi spears, some legio, stood outside and on top of the wall, which was now destroyed. The gate, at least, was destroyed. But plenty of watchtowers, of fort towers, still remained. The problem was, for the Romans, was that the gates of Constantinopolis were so huge, the walls were so massive, that they didn't know where to fit their bastion onagers. They fit it on the western side of the city, and unfortunately for the Romans, Tubbakarib's army was nowhere near them. There were also some reinforcements from the admiral. Some bowman marines and a couple of light assault marines were making their way into the city. Tubbakarib destroyed the gates, which was a great achievement in and of itself, but he still couldn't attack just yet. He had to wait until he destroyed at least one of the fort towers, because the fort towers with their ancient era sniper archers would pick off each and every one of the Tanukhid armies before they even made their way into the city. Destroying one of the fort towers would be a godsend. Behind the walls, only one scout equites remained, and the general comitatensi spears lay in the center of the city, of the beautiful city, near the hippodrome and the basically untouched walls and buildings of the city. The general comitatensi spears lay in wait. It was a paltry Roman force, and the Tanukhids outnumbered them 5-1, at least. But without siege equipment, without siege towers, they would be unable to scale the walls. So they had to make do by killing off Romans through their onager. Romans fell to the ground from the huge walls, almost all of them to their death. And still they continued to stay on top of the wall, even though they could see that Tubbakarib clearly had no ladders from which to scale them. A slightly smarter general would have positioned his infantry right behind the gates, laying in wait. But the Eastern Romans in particular, were famed historically for their absolutely terrible garbage generals. So that gave Tubbakarib quite an edge. His onager was almost depleted of its ammunition, but it had done its job. Some of the walls, some of the gates were destroyed. The fort tower, one of the fort towers was completely destroyed. The other one was very severely damaged. But still, it was going to take a lot before the Tanukhids could win over Constantinopolis. He first sacrificed his rebellion militia, the crucial meat shields. They absorbed a lot of the arrow fire from the Sagittari and from the fort towers. And they made their way into the gates, where they would face the scout equites. The rebellion militia, of course, would get completely slaughtered from the charge of the scout equites. But it would be crucial, because that meant the scout equites could not charge in again. Behind the scout equites, there was a Sagittari, it was a Sagittari marine. And it was going to be firing into this blob right here that the scout equites would be a part of. And then the Sagittari thus would cause more damage to their own units, to their own brothers, than they would to the lowly peasants. Next, Tubbakarib ordered all of his pikes to push in through the gates. It was a hellish cluster that formed in the gates, and if only the Romans had some boiling oil to pour in, Tubbakarib and his men would have been completely destroyed. Fortunately for the Tanukhids, the Romans did not think that boiling oil would be a good defensive measure. One of the pikes made it through. The scout equites could not hold out for much longer, and one of the few Roman light marines were going to attack the Tanukhid pikes frontally. The second tower was destroyed now, and more of the Tanukhids poured in. Desert devils pouring in through the gates of Constantinopolis, ready to wreak havoc. A bowman marine made its way into the heart of the city, where the Mavia's chargers would be able to pursue. The Mavia's chargers, of course, the fleetest shock cavalry that Tubbakarib had. However, they were so lightly armored that even taking a couple of volleys of arrow fire from the light marines depleted them severely. However, they finally caught and destroyed the bowman marines, and that was that. More pikes made it through. More rebellion militia held off Comitatensi spears, and it was only a matter of time at this point before Tubbakarib could win over Constantinopolis. The Romans were completely outnumbered, and they did not present a united front. So that allowed Tubbakarib to pick off pockets of Roman resistance inside the city. The cream of the crop, the new pride of Mavia, the armored camel warriors, freshly recruited by Tubbakarib, would make their first presence in battle. These armored camels were heavily armored and heavily shielded as well. They would be able to block almost all missiles that fired into them frontally. But missiles were not to be found here. They pushed through brute force into the heart of the city, and they captured the central city flag. Of course, the peasants and the general Comitatensi spears could not do anything but watch as his city was taken away from him. The few Romans that still survived were getting picked off by Mavia's chargers and by the front of the Tanukhid pikes. Still, they caused a significant amount of casualties to the pikes. But now, Tubbakarib, the desert chieftain, and his bodyguard made his way into the heart of the city. The Comitatensi spears could not do anything. They could not defend. They were far too low in number to really defend a city by themselves, let alone the crucial city center. And it was only a matter of time before Tubbakarib won over Constantinopolis. The ill-formed plan of his generals to attack far too hastily actually seemed to be a pretty decent plan at the end of it all. And the Comitatensi spears lay in wait for what would be their ultimate death. All the other Romans were dead. Their bodies lay strewn on the ground, along with a couple of the Mavia's chargers, but it was almost all Romans. There was a mythical cart that existed in Constantinopolis. Legends claimed that it was the only levitating cart that they'd ever seen, and it was the work of Mavia. Tubbakarib and his men fought so bravely and eradicated so many Romans that magical things began to happen in the city. The Comitatensi spears general fought against the desert tribesmen, got charged in the rear by the armored camels, and the camels were so heavy and so strong that they flattened the unit in one charge. And that was it. Constantinopolis was Tubbakarib's. A new empire would form at the end of it all, the Empire of the East. Okay. Fuck. Fine. We won. Whatever. Close victory. And let's occupy. Or loot and occupy. I'm going to need the money. Loot and occupy. I hope this wasn't a big mistake. Woo, doggy! God damn! How am I losing that much food? How am I losing this much food? What the fuck? And where are all my empires? Where are the things that I was promised? Aren't I supposed to have like I'm supposed to be having like at least 2 or 3 provinces, right? What the fuck?
At your command. We fight for you, my lord.
Huh? Wasn't I supposed to get settle your faction, become the Empire of the East? Maybe things will turn around in the next turn? Oh my god, I'm starving. Not in real life, but in the game. Bug me. Now let's just merge some of these people and try and lower as much of the upkeep as we can. Down to 4637. Which current edict, no governor appointed. So you're gonna have to appoint a governor, right? He can be the no. How do I appoint a governor? There we go. So this one, governor for Thracia. Now Fim Damar. No, not Damar. He's a fearless warrior. Let's put the taskmaster in Thracia. Okay, so now we can. I just think that was a huge mistake on my part. No, let's not do that. Let's get 10 food from characters. And yeah, this one. What units can we recruit? We can't recruit anyone because we need to. Oh, these are all like different fucking buildings, right? Food consumption minus 60. No wonder. So click to abandon this settlement next turn. Convert to this city. I don't have enough money. Fishing jetties. Okay, this is one thing that I want to repair. Patriarchal church maintenance cost minus 600. Religious influence Greek Christianity. That's not my. I'm trying to do pagan Christianity, right? Summary. What is my Aryan Christian? Okay, so I am trying to do Greek Christianity. What is my religion? That's my religion. Knock these walls down. That's my decision. Walls to the beat. This under the second wind. Dude, what? Okay. What? I think I'm Eastern Christian, right? Force details, general details. Go to records tab. What? Greco-Roman paganism. Hold on, I need to check this. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm acting like such noob. I really am acting like noob. So I'm just gonna go to LP number 1, and there I can probably see what the what my religion was. Fucking.
So fire and destruction.
Okay. Oh no, I can just go to the. Okay. What's up, guys?
Please let it work this time.
Okay, Desert
I'm going to
Kingdoms.
start my Tanukhids campaign for
Eastern
the
Christianity. Yeah, they're Eastern Christian. Eastern Christian? So we're going to dismantle that church. Greek Christianity, dismantle. And cavalry corral. No, let's not repair that. Let's destroy. Workshops, this we can keep. And what is this? Food consumption minus 20, public order plus 9, tax rate plus 4. Dismantle. We're gonna just fuck everything up. Dismantle this too. And then hopefully we'll be alright next turn, huh? Before that, we need to figure out what to do next. So this enables me to build that victory parade. Not that I really care about it. Ammunition plus 10% for missile infantry. Here, okay, I'm going to have to start focusing on commercial, so that's what I'm going to do for now. Let's start getting these things, whatever, like all these. Alright, see you guys next turn. Okay, so I can issue an edict in Thracia. Let's see, army recruitment, religious influence, plus 1 state religion per region. No, okay, so Constantinopolis. Ooh, you guys tell me what I should name. Rename Constantinopolis. Also, I want to change the religion. How do I influence what is the state religion for this? Pentarchy C. Alright, whatever. Let's figure that out next turn. Oh, lol. I still need to put a. I need to put the food. Let's put sanitation plus 2 and see you guys next turn. You know what? I did forget that I can start attacking and conquering settlements now. So I'm going to go ahead and attack Cyzicus. Should I attack Cyzicus? Yeah, I should attack Cyzicus. Like, assassinates seem to be way too strong. So I'm going to go ahead and attack Cyzicus with Hutar. With these guys, I'm not really sure what to do with these guys. And now I can't recruit people because I'm not in horde mode. Oh, that settling in Constantinopolis that quickly was definitely a bad idea. Okay, let's see. Raiding. Food stolen, aid from local region. I can raid a desolate province though, right? How much? Oh, I don't make any. What the fuck, dude? I thought I was only taking like. Okay, fine. Let's just go away. Let's just run away. All right, next turn. So these fuckers keep chasing me, and I'm gonna have to keep retreating again. Retreat. Okay, so for one, we're making food now. A little bit of food. Expenses have gone down significantly, and misdirection going on everywhere. Okay, nice. Okay, as promised, now that we have established a permanent base, our allies have offered to put their lands and citizens at our disposal. This new empire of the East is ours to rule, but perhaps we are being too hasty. With these new lands, we will inherit their old problems, their obligations, and their demands. Perhaps it is better to be free of all this. Free as the wind that shapes the dunes. You may decide. It pleases me to reward you thus. Choose the fate of the Tanuks. Lead us forth as an empire of the sand. Absorb your allies. Once the Tanukhids settle, their culture begins to spread rapidly. For 10 turns, we get plus 20 to the rate of religious conversion, plus 20 public order to all build, to whatever, and building conversion cost minus 100%. Okay. Remain allied? No, obviously we're going to do absorb your allies, but it's going to be such a fucking problem. Let's see. I hope nothing goes too wrong. Whoa! Okay! Alright, we've got a shit ton of money, and we've inherited a pretty massive empire. Oh no, we haven't really. It's only been these. That's it? I just inherited a bunch of this shit. What about Egypt and all that fuckface? Oh my god. Oh, that's because I liberated them before. Okay, if I do replay this campaign, I'm gonna replay it very, very different. Ugh. Alright, so I've taken all of this shit. Fine. Okay, now I have. Oh, look at this fucking spy, dude. Please, can you get out of my way? Okay, I want to attack Cyzicus. Constantinopolis is not doing great. Rally field, this gives +1 army recruitment. Okay, I've got a shit ton of money and I'm just gonna have to make everything a bomb-ass decision. First, let's get a small city. In here, we have to change the Greek Patriarchal Chapel to... Well, I thought I dismantled it in the first turn. Capital, this gives -10 food consumption plus 300 from culture. Workshops is good. And here, this rally field, we're gonna have to dismantle. Capital also, we're gonna have to dismantle. Sinada, is it Denada? Okay, well, wheat fields, plus 20 agriculture, 36 additional food, plus 18 from local fertility level, plus 30%, 30 from agriculture. Okay, what are these? Sheep flock, horse breeder, camel herd is what I hear is the best, plus 70 from animal husbandry. Okay. Yeah, that looks like a no-brainer. I'm going to go with camel herd there. Let's convert this to a village. And then we're going to have to dismantle this, right? Yeah, we're going to have to dismantle this. Iconium. Hamlet. Ruin building. You must dismantle the ruin in the previous slot. Okay. Whatever. And Caesarea. Convert. Small city. Yeah, there's no reason for me to keep the unconverted buildings, right? -30 food consumption, +2, +3, and settlement has basic walls here. Yeah, it's the same thing. City center we can convert to a bazaar, which enables recruitment of spies. Yeah, let's do bazaar. Correct. Disbattle.
Ready for battle.
Can I please, like, I kind of just want to chill out with this. Sassy Bay. Do we really need to fight?
The door is open to you. But
Can't
if
I just
you
pay
wish
you
to
off?
go beyond the courtyard with it,
Offer.
speak.
Low, really? God damn it. Alright. Honestly, it'll be fun to fight the Sassanids.
My lord.
My new favorite faction versus my old favorite faction. I can just fortify here. That gives me 2 stake walls in +4 to integrity. I need some integrity because all that routing has made my guys like not like me. Oh, Tarsus, okay. I could just escape to Tarsus, yeah? Yeah, I can. And then I'll be that much closer to, yeah, let's do this. Let's move up here, and then I'm going to, I'll just rapid advance my guys, I think.
With next command, my lord.
Yes, force march, and then chill back in the provincial capital,
Ready for battle.
which is good. And they're gonna have to move through here if they want to attack Caesarea Eusebia. I'm gonna have to move really quickly with Hutar here. Dude, that misdirection of my army, that's really costing me now. Who are these guys? Yes, guys. Yes. Yeah, wow. Yes, I saw. Okay, who? Let's see. Let's click on these guys. They're happy with me? Okay. Let's initiate trade with Egypt, and that's the least these fuckers can do. Hi, okay, nice.
Give tongue to your words,
Demand.
and I will answer.
Low. Motherfuckers, I really should have just raised this goddamn place to the ground. Okay. Is there anyone else I can... Ooh, I can trade with Palmyra.
Greetings, most excellent friend. Be at home
Nice.
and speak as you would before your own heart fires. I respectfully ask that you
750 is
consider
too
opening
low.
your markets to our traders, for that way.
Yay! We getting money, y'all. Dollar bills, y'all. Lazika, these are all my old dudes, right?
Welcome, friend. Welcome.
Trade agreement.
I, in my lord's name, will give you a fair answer before the sun sets.
Let's get 900 out of these fuckers. Nice. And that's it, right? Oh, no. Dacia.
In our good name, be welcome and speak in friendship. I will give a receptive ear to your words.
Get 1300 and trade agreement. Oh, really? Okay. 800? Wow, okay. Trade agreement 700. Bro, what
We
the fuck?
find our coffers
I don't give a shit about
temporarily
defensively
empty,
allying with you. What?
and we're wondering if you would
I just
care
want
to
trade
make a
agreement, bro.
contribution.
Let's just go with 500. 300 is just petty cash. Dude!
We admire your merchants and their wares. We would both
Demand
gain if
300.
trade was open between us.
Okay, fine. Okay, I think that's good enough. It's good enough. Okay, we are... Oh my god, we're losing so much food. Oh, we can still actually upgrade this one building. Workshops... let's not upgrade that just yet. Are these guys starving? No, they're not starving. They're actually replenishing. Okay, cool. Alright, see you guys for next turn. Of course, provincial governors first. So... Patron. He lies there, Patron. I may want to just move him to Thracia because he gives plus 10% from cultural buildings for wealth. But for now, let's just put these guys wherever. And then we'll figure that out later. Okay, edict in each. Sicilia. Army recruitment capacity. There's no point because... Oh, fuck, I need to dismantle all this shit in Tarsus. Okay. A good thing I looked at it properly. Cannot build, you must rebuild your city first. Okay, fine. Repair. But no, I just want to dismantle it. This one I should repair because I don't need to dismantle. What is this? Plus 50 food from fishing, very nice. Greek church, of course, dismantle the fuck out of that. And supply storage. Plus 1 unit experience. Don't really need that. Can probably make way for something else. Let's dismantle that too. And now we need to get let's see, religious influence. Yeah, let's spread the religion everywhere. Religion is going to be a massive problem. So for now, let's just do religion plus 1 state religion per region. So this, which is my state religion? Is that, am I making a mistake? Religion. I hope not. I think the state religion is the faction religion, basically, right? I just hope it is. State religion. And let's go ahead and enter. Okay, Armenia is gone. Yazidis or whoever did me a huge favor by just raiding Iconium or whatever. That, oh fuck, we are. But okay, famine is being contained. It's being contained. Hufen, the festival. It's been quite some time since we had a celebration, and I'm sure it would raise the people's spirit. To whom or what should we dedicate it to? Okay, let's go ahead and deal with this first. Hufen. Military victories, yeah. Let's do that. Because, I mean, we fucking whooped ass. Cyzicus, I mean, not Iconium. Can just go ahead and attack Iconium, right? Is Cyzicus a part of a different... Yeah, it's part of a different province.
Ready for battle.
And I won't be able to attack with Hutar, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and attack with... What's his face?
Ready for orders.
Liberate, loot, and occupy. Occupy.
Ready for battle.
Nice. And let's go ahead and raise another force. Champion Rider, +1 experience for all cavalry recruits. Let's do that. Put him back in here. They can't recruit anything because Constantinopolis is basically being... Monks' Quarters, okay. +4 Eastern Christianity. Yes, religious osmosis. Let's do that. Waterworks +2 to sanitation. I'm going to need to be able to get things. I mean units. Armored Camel Warriors. Desert Mounted Javelin Man. Let's get a cavalry corral, yeah. Supply storage. Plaza. Gives us +3 public order, +225 from... Okay. And then this we can chill. Cyzicus. Let's convert. First, let's dismantle. Dismantle. Repair. Oh, of course, dismantle the fuck out of this. And repair. Senada, what is this? Infantry grounds. I thought I told them to dismantle this shit. What is going on?
Ready for battle.
Okay. Now we need to move to these places as soon as possible. And we're going to have to deal with the massive public order issue very soon. Let's get another monk's quarters in Tarsus. Caesarea Eusebia. I thought I dismantled all this shit. Dismantle. Tarsus. Let's convert to small city. Dismantle. Iconium is going to take a while before it starts to develop.
At your command.
Okay, and we need to take this guy out of forced march. Can I recruit anyone yet? Nope. Okay.
My lord.
This is interesting, man. I like this. I've actually really liked this campaign. It's been a lot of fun so far. And now, what are my victory objectives now? Survive until the following day, spring 420. Okay. Okay, so are these all... Oh, these are all bonus objectives. Maintain trade relations with factions from 4 different religions. Okay. I'm probably not going to be able to do that. Ensure that your faction does not settle. As nomads, the Tanukhids traveled far and wide. At several points in time, they were foederati. Ah, okay. Okay. Construct 4 buildings on the following chains. Migrating community. Loot or sack 4 different settlements. Okay, I won't be accomplishing... I think I took over Constantinopolis too soon, but I mean, I'm sorry if I'm too good at this game. Like, hashtag sorry, not sorry.
For orders.
With that absolutely cringy hashtag ending in mind, I think now is a good time to end this episode of the LP. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more. Peace.